The human body in Upanishadic thought. The Upanishads primarily explore metaphysical and philosophical concepts which include all aspects like the ultimate reality, the self, liberation, knowledge and wisdom, karma and rebirth, meditation and yoga, cosmology, ethics and dharma, and the list goes on. For all these topics, the Upanishad teachings include metaphors, analogies, parables and stories, dialogue, question and answers, symbolism, negation, direct statements, enumeration, etc. Similarly, the human anatomy is extensively used in many Upanishads to explain metaphorically and symbolically, to explain deeper spiritual concepts and meanings, and also to discuss human mental functions. This presentation briefly brings out some human anatomical references and their significance in the Upanishads. Most of the Indian ancient teachers, directly or indirectly, emphasize the importance of sound body for a focused mind in the pursuit of knowledge, bhakti, and for liberation. Madhvacharya, the Acharya of Dvaita Vedanta, emphasized both spiritual and physical well-being and advocated for physical fitness as an essential part of disciplined life. Historical accounts credit him with extraordinary physical strength and endurance. He emphasized self-discipline, physical endurance, and control over senses. His personal engagement in physical fitness illustrates that maintaining bodily health is integral to one's spiritual journey, an important aspect which many Upanishads impress upon. Adi Shankaracharya, primarily focused on Advaita Vedanta, traveled across Bharat many times, reviving Vedic traditions which called for exceptional physical endurance. His teachings focused on ultimate reality and acknowledged that healthy body is necessary for spiritual pursuits. At Viveka Chudamani, Acharya Shankara states that the human body is the vehicle for attaining liberation and therefore it must be cared for wisely. And the ultimate reality. All of them primarily emphasize spiritual wisdom and also acknowledge the role of human body as a vessel for God realization. This idea is greatly echoed in the teachings of ancient teachers and great philosophers who had distinct but complementary views on human body and discipline. With this short introduction, we move over to see Upanishad perspectives on the human body in a nutshell. The human body and physiology. The Upanishad, the ancient spiritual text, often refers to human anatomy metaphorically and symbolically to explain spiritual concepts. Upanishadic view of the body and its parts varies in the line of thought of that particular Upanishad. Sometimes the reference is also figurative or sacramental in some context. It is cosmical and also as a sacrificial place. Upanishad primarily focus on spiritual wisdom rather than medical science. It may be noted that Yoga Upanishads explore human body's role not only in spiritual practice but also to uphold or to bring out the best human potential in various aspects of life. Literature indicates that more than 100 human parts are mentioned by a specific name in some context or other in various Upanishad literature to show the importance given to human body and physiology aspects. Generally, the 5 basic elements of nature are recognized throughout the domain of Upanishad philosophical thoughts. Human anatomy to convey spiritual truth. The Upanishads provide numerous examples where the human body and physiology take center stage in philosophical and spiritual discussions. For instance, the heart, Hridaya, is discussed in Chandogya Upanishad. Breath, Prana, is elaborated upon in the Prashna Upanishad and the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. The human head has a reference in the Aitareya Upanishad. The Katha Upanishad refers to the 7 openings of the human body through which external perceptions flow. The Taittiriya Upanishad explores the concepts of mind, manas, and about intellect, buddhi. The Garbha Upanishad, one among the 35 Samanya Upanishad, explains the development of the human body from conception to birth. Additionally, some Upanishads delve into topics like internal organs, embryology, the senses, and other vital aspects of human existence, highlighting the interconnectedness of the body and the cosmos. These references illustrate how the Upanishads use human anatomy both literally and symbolically to convey spiritual truth, and in particular align with the idea that the divine is not external but resides within each individual. The minor Upanishads, especially those category under Yoga Upanishads, Samnyasa Upanishads, contain many references to the human body in a spiritual and philosophical context. The teachings often expand upon yogic practices, energy centers or the chakras, and the body's role in the spiritual evolution. Sarvasara Upanishad, the 33rd Upanishad in the list of 108 Upanishads, describes the body as a city with 10 gates. Amritabindu Upanishad calls the mind the cause of bondage and liberation within the body. Niralamba Upanishad encourages detachments from bodily identification. Dhyana Bindu Upanishad explains the chakras and their connection. Yoga Kundalini Upanishad provides a detailed yogic anatomy of the body and compares the spine to Mount Meru. Yoga Tattva Upanishad describes pranayama and compares human body to a field where seeds of karma grow. And there are many more interesting references. All these Upanishads are identified in the list of 108 Upanishads listed in Muktikopanishad. The Garbha Upanishad, the 17th Upanishad in the list of 108 Upanishads, opens with a visualization of the human body through dialectic style of enquiry. Human body is composed of 5 elements of nature: the earth, the water, the fire, the wind, and the space elements. The earth principles provides the support, the water for assimilation of food, the fire element which includes various aspects including digestion, the wind principle for movement within the body, and the room within is provided by the space element. Similarly, the human body is related to 6-fold support, connected with 6 stages of life. These stages refers to the fetus, birth, growth, maturity, decay, and finally death. The Upanishad also mentions about 7 colors, which is part of constituent elements of the body. It also talks about 6 gunas of the human body. In short, this Upanishad gives directions to the answers: what is the human body? The Chandogya Upanishad, one of the major Upanishads, contains profound philosophical teachings. The section from 8.1.1 to 8.6.6 focuses on the nature of the self, the heart, and the ultimate realization of the supreme reality. In short, it talks about the city of Brahman and the heart. The city of Brahman refers to the human body. Just as a city houses various structures and activities, the human body is referred as sacred dwelling for the divine. Similarly, the lotus flower represents the heart. It is referred as the seat of spiritual wisdom. The passage of the Chandogya Upanishad invites seekers to explore the heart as the dwelling place for Brahman. Understand the journey of the soul. It recognizes the unity of the individual self with the supreme reality. It teaches that self-discipline, meditation, and the faith leads to the ultimate realization that Brahman is infinite bliss. Beyond all suffering, these teachings form the basis for many Vedantic and yogic meditative practices focusing on inner realization. The fivefold nature of the physical body refers to the body's composition from the five great elements, Panchamahabhutas, as per the Upanishad. Earth, Prithvi, represents all solid structures in the body such as bones, muscles, and tissues. Water, Apas, denotes all bodily fluids including blood, lymph, and other secretions. Fire, Agni, symbolizes metabolic processes, body heat, and the digestive fire. Air, Vayu, signifies all movements within the body, including the flow of breath and circulation. Space, Akasha, represents the cavities and channels within the body, such as the mouth, nostril, and the thoracic cavity. These elements combine in various proportions to constitute the physical body. As per the Upanishads, the body undergoes 6 natural changes or modifications over the course of its existence. Existence, Asti, the body comes into being after conception. Birth, Jayate, the physical birth of the individual. Growth, Vardhate, the body grows and develops over time. Transformation, Viparinavate, the body undergoes changes like aging, maturing, etc. Decay, Apakshiyate, the body begins to weaken and deteriorate. And finally, death, Vinashyati, the body perishes and the physical form disintegrates. These modifications highlight the transient and impermanent nature of the body, leading to the understanding that the self, Atman, is distinct from the body. The Upanishad introduces the analogy of the sacrificial fire in the context of human physiology and reproduction. In the human body, the stomach is the altar. The ingested food is the sacrificial offering. The digestive fire within the body is compared to the fire of a Vedic sacrifice. The fire transforms the offering into energy, sustaining the body. It highlights the sacredness of the body and its functions, equating daily sustenance with a divine ritual in order to underscore the Upanishadic view of the body as a temple. The Katha Upanishad, verse 2:1, describes the body as a city with 11 gates. The verse highlights the spiritual potential of the human body's role as a dwelling place of the self or the Atman. It is referred as the eternal city of Brahman. At Shvetavatsara Upanishad, verse 3:18, the gates are referred to as entry and exit points for the vital energies and perceptions, emphasizing control over the gates to achieve spiritual discipline. The 11 gates signify the connection between the external world and the internal consciousness. The 11 gates in the body, as per Upanishad, are the 7 in the head, 2 below the waist, and the 2 subtle gates. The concept of the 5 sheaths or Panchakosha is elaborated in the broader Vedantic tradition, most notably in the text like the Taittiriya Upanishad. These sheaths are seen as layers that envelop the true self and must be transcended for self-realization. Here's a brief overview of each sheath. Annamaya Kosha, or the food sheath. This is the physical body sustained by food. It represents our tangible material existence. Pranamaya Kosha, the vital energy sheath. This layer comprises of the life force or prana that animates the body. It governs breathing, circulation, and the basic energies of life. Manomaya Kosha, or the mental sheath, encompassing the mind and the senses. This sheath is responsible for thoughts, emotions, and perceptions. Vijnanamaya Kosha, the wisdom sheath. This is the realm of intellect and discernment, where reasoning and higher knowledge reside. Anandamaya Kosha, bliss sheath. The innermost layer associated with pure bliss and joy. It is closer to the true nature of the self. In Vedanta, the journey of self-inquiry involves peeling away these layers to ultimately reveal the Atman, which is explained in the Mandukya Upanishad's discussion of Turiya. It is the unchanging, pure consciousness underlying all states of experience. The Sariraka Upanishad provides observations about human body that resonate with modern understanding, particularly in its classification of the body's composition and functions. The body is described as being made of 5 basic elements: the earth, water, fire, air, and ether, or the space. The Upanishad emphasize the role of Anna, the food, and the Prana, the breath, in maintaining the body. The text highlights the body's impermanence, explaining that it is subject to aging, disease, and death due to the cyclic nature of life. It also mentions about the subtle body and nadis, the energy channel presented in metaphysical terms. The text also links the mind, manas, with the body's health and function, emphasizing mental discipline. It also talks about yoga practice for disciplining the body and the mind. The Sariraka Upanishad blends spiritual and observational insights, many of which will be relevant for a holistic health. This body is the greatest temple of God, greater than all temples. This statement of Swami Vivekananda aligns deeply with the Upanishadic view, particularly the Chandogya Upanishad at 8.1.1, which speaks of the city of Brahman within the heart. Swamiji emphasized both physical and mental strength, inspired by the Katha Upanishad. Strength is life, weakness is death. Swami Vivekananda's another popular saying, the greatest sin is to think yourself weak. This echoes the Taittiriya Upanishad 2.8. There are many such powerful teachings from Swami Vivekananda reflecting on Upanishadic teachings. Closing thoughts: the body as the bridge to the ultimate. The Upanishads, deeply rooted in the Vedic tradition, build upon the symbolic references to the human body found in the Rig Veda. One of the most profound examples is the Purusha Shukta, Mandala 10, Hymn 90, which describes the cosmic being Purusha, whose body manifests as the universe itself, connecting various body parts to different elements of creation. While the Upanishads primarily focus on spiritual wisdom rather than medical science, they offer profound insights into the role of the human body not only as a vessel for spiritual practice but also as an integral aspect of well being and self realization of human potential. Hope you all found this presentation insightful, yet another perspective on how the Upanishads view the human body. Thank you.